So when we sell on credit,
Yes.
it's DJ. And
Yeah,
then,
only when, write it down, only when you sell goods on credit.
okay, only when, okay, you can continue.
Okay. Now, don't worry about this information. Remember, I just took it here because I didn't want to go up there and scroll too much. It's the same information as this one, as you can see. Okay.
All right.
So I just put it here for the sake of, only the transactions where we said what CBR. You can see there. You can go and check them. So I only took this one, 4, 8, and 50. Can you see now?
Yes.
The same information. So I put it here so that I can be closer here because I wanted to see it on the same window. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. How do you think we will approach the first?
Okay. So the owner contributed 70,000 cash to the business. So it will be document number RC20
Thank you.
on the first,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's C Camden
Okay.
of 70,000.
Okay. Can I go to the bank?
Yes, because they said all amounts go to the bank.
So what I prefer you to do, remember, to show that you are ready to go to the bank, remember I said,
You underline.
of which they won't penalize you, but you need to do that, okay?
Okay.
And what is next?
Um, there's no headings for
Yes.
capital,
Mm-hmm.
so it will go to the sundry amount,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Remember,
70,000.
okay, let me ask you a question. Why didn't you think of that? We are vet vendors, so why no vet?
Oh no, we need to calculate VAT.
We need to calculate vet.
Yes.
No, we don't have to. We are correct. Write it down as the future notes.
Okay.
No VAT on cash capital. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So every capital that is in the form of cash, do not calculate VAT.
Okay. And the
Now,
details would be capital.
capital. Thank you so much. Perfect. So every time when you see capital under receipts, it means it's cash. So do not. You never ever have to calculate that.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. If you're okay, we can try number 4 on the 4th.
Cash sales according to the cash register roll was 25,600 at markup of 25% on selling price was applied.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, document numbers or name is CRR.
Okay.
It was on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It's would it say cash?
Not only cash, you must say cash sales. If you say cash only, they won't give you marks.
Okay,
You
cash
must say
sales.
cash sales or just sales only, but don't write cash
Okay.
only.
So now we have to
Analysis?
calculate
Analysis? Do you have the amount?
25,000, 25,600.
Yes.
So now when
Can
it
I go to
comes
the
to here, say,
yes.
when it comes to the bank, don't I still have to calculate the selling price
This is
before
the
I go
selling
to the
price.
bank?
Come again?
So I'm saying, don't I have to calculate the selling price of 2,500, 600 when going to the bank?
No, you don't have to calculate. Remember, okay, I think we should have done this first. Remember, I always advised you to write on top here. I don't know if you remember this.
It's including that.
You can write this before you start writing exam so that it will guide you. So we only include VAT on the account code. Remember, this account is called
The main account.
the main account. So we only calculate VAT in the main account. So remember, this account fits the main account. So that's why they're like the same. Can you see whatever you are having here, you transfer here. So you only include VAT under bank. The rest do not include VAT. Remember
Okay.
the rule? Remember the rule?
Yes.
The rule says you only include VAT under the main account. It doesn't matter which journal.
You only include VAT
Under
in the
the
main
main
account.
account or the main column.
For all journals.
It doesn't matter which journal are you dealing with. Remember, for every journal, out of those 8, you must always ask yourself which one is the main account. Remember?
Yes.
So the importance of knowing the main account is for the fact that we know that in the main account is where we include VAT. Only in the main account.
Okay.
So the question is 25,600 including VAT?
Yes.
Yes, that's why we have to record it here. So I'm also going to say I transfer to the bank, I transfer how much?
25,600.
Because it is including VAT. So if it was not including VAT, I was supposed to wait until I include VAT. I couldn't come here with the 25,600. I don't know if it makes sense
Okay.
or not.
Yes.
Now, where do you think we go from here? Because this is not complete.
Then we calculate the output VAT.
Perfect. Calculate it for
So then
me
it
and
will,
then, yes,
it will be 25,600
yes,
times 15% over 115.
yes, 15 over 115, yes.
It is 3,339 comma 13 cents.
Perfect. And now we can easily find the sales. How can we find the sales?
You subtract from the 25,600
Yes,
with
because we said
the
excluding that.
3,000.
How much?
It is 22,260 comma
Yes.
87 cents.
okay so far?
Yes.
Yes. So always follow. That's what I'm saying. If you write those columns on top, I'm telling you, you will never go wrong. You will never ever go wrong. You will never ever go wrong. What's the next step?
The next step is to calculate cost of sales.
Perfect. So I always prefer to calculate cost of sales as the last because sometimes can make a mistake. So let me ask you a question here. We have got other columns filled with amount. I'm talking about the transaction on the board. Which column will I use to calculate cost of sales?
The cost of sales.
I can't use cost of sales to calculate cost of sales. It's not possible.
Then it would be the debtors control.
Do you see debtors control, any amount under debtors control? We're still on the board. My question was, check the transaction on the fourth so far. We have got amounts.
Okay.
Can you see the amounts are under the relevant columns?
Yes.
Out of those columns, one column will be used to calculate cost of sales here because we need cost of sales here. Which column or which amount will I use to calculate cost of sales?
The sales column.
The sales. You must always use sales to calculate cost of sales.
Okay.
Now, we need to go and check because there's a markup there. How much?
Of 25% on selling price.
Please let's analyze this markup. Remind me. CP. How much is CP?
CP is 100.
No. Okay, let's go to MP. How much is MP?
MP is 25%.
SP, do we know?
Which is 100.
So how much is the CP?
75.
Can you see? So be careful with this thing of 100.
Okay.
Because they said, can you see now?
Yes.
Next time they will say, I know they will confuse you, they will say,
And gross margin. Yeah.
same thing. The same thing.
Okay. It's the same thing.
Because they can say gross margin of 25%, just know that they mean 25% on selling price.
Okay.
So now with this analysis, we can be able to calculate cost of sales. So how do you think we're going to calculate cost of sales? We can put question marks. Where must I put question mark here?
By the 25%.
What are you looking for? What are you calculating?
Selling price. So by the 100.
By 100. No, but we can't put question mark on 100 because we know selling price.
So we're looking for the cost price.
Okay, tell me something. What are we calculating here? Before, I want to check. It's like you are lost a bit. So what are we calculating here? What are we trying to find?
The cost of sales.
So we're looking for the cost. So
Yes.
let's find it now. Where will I put question mark?
By the 75.
By the 75. Because I'm looking for the cost of sales. This is the cost price. Where will I put these sales now? This one, because I must use sales.
By the selling price.
By the selling price, which is 260.87.
Multiplied by 75. No, wait. Multiplied by 25.
What? Which amount? Okay, you're talking about the amount here.
Yes.
You're saying this times 75 divided by
100.
100. How much you get?
16,695,65.
Yes. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
Can you see this thing of cost? Normally they always give you say, hey, markup on cost, on cost. Now they're changing.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Let me just take a picture, sir.
No problem.
Okay, we can continue.
Okay. We look at the A.
Receipt number 621
RC21
on the 8th
the 8th.
and Gomo.
Okay.
The amount is 9,450,
Mm-hmm.
and then straight to the bank.
Okay.
And then so it would be rent income.
Yes.
So we'll go to the sundry amounts. The 950. The 900.
And
The 9,450
but is rent vettable or not?
is vettable.
So calculate VAT.
So we're 9,450 times 15% over 115. It's 1,232,61 cents.
Perfect. We said I must go to the amount to the sundries.
It'll be
How much?
9,450.
No, no, no. Remember, check the column on top here. What is the column here? What did I write here?
Excluding VAT.
So 9,450 is including VAT. You cannot bring it in.
So I need to calculate excluding VAT for it.
Yeah, you can easily find the difference between the two. I don't know if it makes sense or not.
So regardless if I take out the VAT from the 9,450, I'll still get the same amount if I
Yes.
do the difference. Oh, okay. I just want to know.
If you say 9450 minus 1232, yeah. You remember we analyzed the VAT the same as markups. Remember with the question marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it
It's
will
similar
be
to what we just, how much?
8,217.39.
Thank you. Now let's pause here. I want you to ask you. I want you to make sure that you understand the eighth. Why? Why? Okay, just give me the final step on the eighth. You must come here, details, and write.
Rent income.
Rent income. And then can you see like what you nearly did? Ne? Most students they can easily calculate here, ne? But when they, especially when they come to the summary here, okay, luckily here the first one there was no VAT. Can you see now?
Yes.
So always check the minute you calculate VAT here, make sure that when you go there, there's no VAT. So in other words, if you write 9450 here, it means we're not paying attention on what we wrote on top. Can you see now?
Mm-hmm.
The amount that must come here must always exclude what?
VAT.
VAT. That's why we say 9450 minus 12. If
Okay.
this amount, it's like here, sales, luckily sales had an account, a column. It's the same procedure because if we do there, let's say we write 9450 here, it means for sales we are supposed to write how much? 25600 here.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So always
This
minus
make
VAT. The minute you see yourself calculating VAT, minus it when you go to the other column. I hope you remember.
yes, I do.
Next.
Cash sales according to the cash register role. So the document number is CRR
Mm-hmm.
on the 15th.
Okay.
Cash sales
Okay.
um so now if the amount says 2,100, so do I include VAT before I put it into the analysis of receipt?
Yes, but you can do that. Yeah, I like that you can do that. Or you can just take that 2,100 somewhere because it's excluding VAT. Where do you think you can put it? Let me ask you a question. Because you have it, 22,100. Where do you think you can record it? Because it must go somewhere. Okay, let me not. Okay, I think you like the complicated way, ne? Let's do your own way and then I will explain thereafter. So you said you wanted to include VAT. Include VAT first. Let's see. Because I don't want to
Okay,
confuse you.
so it'll be 22,100
Mhm.
times 15%
Mhm.
over 115.
Can you see? Let's stop there. You made a mistake. So, in other words, your technique won't work because you said over 115, but the amount says excluding VAT. Can you see now? That's the mistake that you made.
Yes.
So, you were supposed to say times 15 over 100.
Or times 15 over 100.
Yes. Can you see now?
So then the amount will be 33, oh sorry, 3,315.
No sense.
No, no sense.
That is the VAT.
Okay, that's the long way.
What is? Yeah, that is okay. That's why I say you can choose whatever you want to choose. If I were you, ne, what I should have done, ne,
Okay.
because I was given 22,100 excluding VAT. I know that check here on top here is the same. It's excluding VAT. I was supposed to come and write it already here so that because I have it already, I write it down.
Okay.
You understand the reason why I came here?
Yes, because that's the only excluding VAT column there is. And it's a sales amount.
Yes. And then I will calculate VAT the same way you calculated, but I will be very careful because I was using the sale excluding VAT. So I cannot use 15 over 115. I will use 15 over 100, which is how much? 3,000.
Yes.
It's then that I add them together. I've got the amount including VAT here. I don't know if it makes sense.
So I wouldn't minus, but I would plus.
No. If you say you minus, remember you want if you minus VAT here, what is the reason here? It means if you minus, it means 22 has got VAT in it. And what are you looking for? Remember, you are looking for. That's why I say look at the columns. They will guide you here. What do you need here? The amount including.
Including VAT. Okay.
Meaning I need sale plus VAT.
Yani sale plus VAT. Makes sense.
I add them together and I come here.
Which is then 25,415.
415. And I can take it here.
To the bank.
Yes, 400 and please just be this one can be a bit confusing because majority of questions they normally give you including VAT. That's why we always start here. It's very easy to go that side. You must also know if they give you excluding VAT, you must know how to start from here to go to that. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Like here, check on the 4. If you take this sales and you add this output, you must get this amount.
Yes. I understand.
If you take this plus this, you get that amount. You take this plus this, so it depends which one did they give you first.
Okay.
And then let's see here, and then I'll just underline. What is the next step?
The next sentence says the cost of the goods was 17,000. So we have to excluding that. So we have to calculate cost of sales.
How will we calculate?
We'll take the 22,100. Okay, here I'm getting a bit confused.
You know why you are
Excluding
confused?
that.
You know why you are confused? Can I tell you?
Why? Why?
It's because what you are looking for has been given to you. How much is the cost of sales?
17,000. Okay.
It is given. Cost of goods is the same as cost price, is the same as cost of sales.
Okay, let me write that down.
That's why it was confusing you because you don't even have that information that you wanted to use. You don't have the markup.
Yes.
If they did not give you, I'm telling you, they should have given you the markup.
So say if they were giving us a markup, let's say it was 40%.
How?
So would
On
you
cost or on?
take on, let's say, on cost?
Okay, yes.
So then would we take the 22,000 or would we take the 17,000?
They wouldn't give you 17.
Okay, so they wouldn't give us
Yeah, they can't give you their cost,
the
the cost of
the
sales and
cost of sales
no,
and then
no.
tell us to calculate. Okay. So
You
then
have to find that.
we will take the 22,000 on cost and then calculate with the formula, then get the cost of sales.
Yes.
Same with the selling price. If it was on selling price, I'll take the original amount and then do the formula and then get the cost of sales.
You will take the sales amount. Remember, you always use sales column.
Yes, the sales column.
Always.
Okay, I understand.
No problem. So that was, for example, you have to total. Now we don't have to total now, but remember, do not total this
Analysis
one.
of receipts.
We don't. Ne? We don't total here.
Yes.
We total other columns. Okay.
Yes.
But I always tell my students to write, remember the debit or credit at the bottom, so that if they ask them for the ledger, they can make their life easier. Remember?
Yes.
And remember, I told you that you just have to look at the main column and decide which side. If you know the main column, the other columns will be the opposite, except cost of sales. Remember?
Yes.
The main account is bank. Do you think bank is increasing with this amount or decreasing with this amount?
It's increasing.
So where does bank increase? Under which side?
The debit side.
So it's going to be debit side, meaning the other columns will be?
Debit.
No, you said debit here. The other columns must be opposite.
Oh, sorry, it would be credit.
Credit, ne?
Yes.
Except cost of sales. How will cost of sales be?
Debit.
Perfect. So you must always remember that. So this will always help you. At the moment, it looks like it's not helping, but if they ask you for the ledger, already you know that when you go to the ledger, the total of bank will go to the debit side. If you've got debtors, you're going to go to the credit side, and the output, you go to the credit side. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes. And then for cost of sales, because cost of sales always go with something. Remember, which account always go with the cost of sales?
Sales. The sales amount.
We have done it yesterday. Remember when we did account equation? Cost of sales was with something, sales was with something.
Cost of sales was with trading inventory.
Yes. So for this one, I prefer you to write debit cost of sales and you credit what? Because it affects two things, and the other one is not visible. It's not visible here. Can you see now?
Yes.
But you must remember that you must affect it. So in other words, this will affect two accounts.
Just trading
So I
inventory.
always do that.
Okay.
Because you are not seeing it here, you will forget. But remember, whenever you see cost of sales, write it down. I don't know if you can use capital letters, colorful. Every time you see cost of sales, there is inventory.
Okay.